welcome back to my freak show. As I watched the finale of AHS 1984 last year, I noticed some familiar shots in the episode. So I went back to check out prior seasons, and sure enough, the finale featured iconic storylines and camera shots from every single season. Now, starting with Murder House, let's go over the evidence that I've compiled. For the sake of continuity, from now on, when I reference 1984, I will be speaking only of the finale, except for, of course, at the ending when I give my closing thoughts. Now, and don't worry if I'm stretching too hard in this video. Thankfully, I'm double jointed. Huge thank you to Danny Vera for creating the image for the video. And of course, guys, as always, spoiler alert for every single season of AHS, because of course, I don't want to be that person if you haven't watched every season. And a shout out to Indigo Child 2020 for being such an awesome viewer. I hope you'll be around my channel for a long time. Now on to the evidence. Murder House. Let's begin with the seasons that started it all. 1984 referenced Murder House many ways, many times throughout the entire season, but especially in the finale. The entire premise of Bobby going to the camp, only to discover it's turned into a hotspot for dead, horny, vengeful ghosts, is so Murder House. But here's an even better example of the finale mimicking Murder House. In the finale of Murder House, ironically, Ben and Vivian kill each other with a knife and a gun in front of the new owners to prove that they are ghosts, mirrored Montana and Trevor killing themselves with a knife and a gun in front of Bobby to prove that they are indeed ghosts in the camp. And I have to admit, I enjoyed both scenes quite equally. Asylum. In the second season of AHS, Lana Winters went to Briarcliff Asylum to get the deets on Kit Walker, whom she thought was Bloody Face at the time. In 1984, Bobby Richter goes to Red Meadows Asylum to get the exclusive on Ben Richter, whom he thought was Mr. Jingles. Both men turned out to be innocent and wrongfully imprisoned. In this section, I gotta say, I couldn't find an exact shot matching our queens, Sister Jude and Lana Winters, but as you can see, the scenes between the two are pretty damn familiar. Coven. Let's move into everyone's favorite witchy season, Coven, which I have to give a special shout out to Debbie Ebby for her assistance in this part in helping me. Thank you dearly, Debbie. You saved a queen. We should just name Debbie Captain Save a Queen. She is so wonderful. I love you, Debbie. After Montana lured Richard Ramirez into the shed under the false guise of meeting Billy Idol, the ghosts in the camp all come together and slaughter him in a brutal, bloody, violent fashion. This method and camera shot are ironically how the witches killed the Axeman in episode 6, The Axeman Cometh. I mean, these shots fit perfectly.
Like a glove.
Freakshow. This camera shot in 1984 is what placed the whole notion inside my head in the first place. As Bobby Richter enters Camp Redwood for the very first time, the camera gently pans across, showing Bobby and the sign as he passes under the arch. Him walking into the camp mirrors Bet and Dot's journey as they passed under the Freakshow sign for the very first time. I mean, this scene literally gave me chills, and I loved going through the rest of the finale to find those little tributes to the past seasons, except Apocalypse, through these little iconic camera shots. Hotel. Richard Ramirez himself is the first connection to Hotel, but since that one is so obvious, I decided it would just be something to only mention. Besides, when I saw Bobby run out of Camp Redwood like his ass was on fire, it completely reminded me of when Billie Dean Howard did the same after the ghosts of the Hotel Cortez put the fear of hell into her. Coincidence? I mean, yeah, probably. But that would make my video invalid, so we'll just pretend like that's not an option. Roanoke. I nearly spit out my water when I saw all the ghosts waiting for Margaret. The scene was literally a spitting image of the ghosts of Roanoke waiting for Shelby and Matt. Everyone had a bunch of lit torches waiting for the one that they wanted to come outside. God, Cody Fern is so freaking hot. Whew, anyway. I'm glad we got Margaret sliced apart and placed into a wood chipper. Way more low-key and, less violent than shoving a huge wooden stake up someone's ass and out their mouth. Totally. Cult. Aside from the cult-like mentality the ghosts in 1984 held, Satan being present in both seasons, the house that Brooke lives in shares an architectural similarity to Meadow and Harris's house, there is a much deeper connection to these two stellar seasons. When Bobby Richter stands in front of the stage at the beginning of the episode, it mirrors a cracked version of Allie standing in front of the stage in Cult before Meadow begins a mass shooting. And I completely forgot how violent Cult was until I went back to watch it for this video. Damn good season. Apocalypse. Normally, when it comes to Apocalypse, I like to talk shit about the season, then move on from it as fast as I possibly can. But seeing as, how I've talked a big game this entire video, I've got to include it. So here's the connection between Apocalypse and the finale of 1984. Satan and dead bodies. Now go away, Apocalypse. Drive away as fast as you freaking can. In my humble opinion, this video proves AHS 1984 was more than a love letter to 80s horror movies. It was a love letter to the anthology itself. Again, 1984 is a superior season, and I enjoyed every single episode. It was one of those seasons where I was incredibly disappointed the finale came so quickly because I had so much fun with the characters, storylines, kills, and supernatural shit that I didn't want the season to end. And that, in my opinion, is the sign of a superior season. So what do you think of the 1984 finale featuring every season of AHS? Leave your comments below. Subscribe if you feel inclined to do so. Same thing with the like. And if you need something to watch, there's over 40 American Horror Story theory videos on my channel. And more theory videos are coming for your weave, girl. And there's tons of AHS related videos, including episode reviews. So you can check them all out because I know you have the time. They're in handy little playlists in my little playlist section. As always, guys, thank you all so much for watching. And of course, beware of sexy Scathach. I doubt that horny nature-loving bish cares about staying at home right now. Sexy Scathach.